Hi class, this is lesson 1-1, identify points, lines, and planes. Our big question right here is how do you name geometric figures? So that's the big idea for this first chapter, the first chapter really, and especially the first lesson. So we need to know how to name the different shapes that we're going to use in geometry correctly so that we can communicate well together. So we're going to give two other names for line, and I know it's line because of the symbol, LN. Then we're going to give another name for plane Z. So let's first look at line LN. Line LN is right here. So we've really got a couple different options. We only need two of them. I could just flip it around and do line NL. Or I could do line, and since this goes through M and N, I could do line MN or line NM. Or, see this lowercase b right here? It's not a point, it's just a lowercase letter, so that's labeling this line. So if I want to use that lowercase b, what I need to do is write the word line B. So I could write that, or as I said earlier, I could say line NL, or I could say line MN, or I could switch it around and do line NM. We just need two of those though, because it says name, or give two other names for line LN. The next part, give another name for plane Z. So plane Z is this whole, it almost looks like a sheet of paper, and I called it plane Z because there's a Z here that doesn't have a point. The other way to name a plane is with 3 points that are not in a straight line that are on that plane. So we could call it plane LPN or plane MNP. Either of those will work, so I'm going to write that out right here. You might be able to hear my puppy, he's being kind of loud. So plane MNP is one option. I could switch those in any order. Could also write plane LNP or plane, I could say plane, let's see here, LMP. We have to have 3 points. Again, I could switch the order around. They can be in any order. The 3 letters can be, but they cannot be on the same line. The next part here, name 3 points that are collinear. So collinear means on the same line. So right here, I've got 3 points, L, M, and N. Right on this one right here, you might think this is an option, but A is not a point. It's just a label for this line right here. So my answer are points L, M, and N. The next one says name 4 points that are coplanar, so together on the same plane. So we need 4 points on here. I've got L, M, N, and P. Those are my only 4 points on that plane. So points L, M, N, and P. Those are my points. Now some of you won't have C right here on your notes because I took it off a little later, but if you do, just cross it off. It's the same thing that we just did. Alright, the next part right here, give another name for, right here it says line segment at VX. So I'm talking about just this piece from V to X. I'm talking about only this piece. So I've got to have those exact endpoints. So the only other way I can name it is to switch my X and V around, and I've got to keep the line segment symbol right above it. Name all rays with endpoints W. Which of these rays are opposite rays? So here's W. So I can go ray this way, and that would be ray WY. Start here and go this way, that would be ray WX. Start at W and go this way, that would be ray WZ. Or start at W and go this way, that'd be ray WV. So again, my options, they all have to start with the W. So ray WX, and then that ray starts here and goes this way. Its opposite ray would be ray WV. So, and WV. Those two are opposite rays. And then ray WY and ray W, Z, these two are opposite rays also. All right, let me move my page up right here. Okay. So the next part here says give another name for ray YW. So it's got to start at Y and come this direction. So I can name it ray Y. It's still got to start with Y, Z. So ray, it's got to start with Y to be the same ray. It's got to have the same endpoint, Z. My next one are ray VX and ray XV, the same ray. Well, to be the same ray, don't they have to have the same endpoint? So no, they're not. They can't be. No, they have different endpoints. The next part right here are ray VX and ray VX, the same ray. Well, they start in the same spot and go through the same point, so yes, they are. All right, the next piece is sketching, making sketches, and this can be tricky for some students, so just do your best. That's all I ask you, do your best. So it says sketch a plane and a line that intersects the plane at more than one point. So in order to do that, I'm going to sketch my plane and make it look kind of like this, a sheet of paper. And a line that intersects it at more than one point is going to just have to be a line that's going right through the plane. So that would be my picture right there. The next one, sketch a plane and a line that is in the plane. Sketch another line that intersects the line and plane at a point. So again, I'm going to have a plane and a line in the plane, so it's just like the one I just did. And then I need a line, another line that intersects the line and plane at a point. So it's going to touch, and it's going to touch right here at this point, and it intersects both the line and the plane. And then it's going to come down behind it, and we use a dotted line to show that. And it'll come out solid behind this. So there's my picture. The next one here sketch two different lines that intersect a plane at different points. So again, I have to have a plane to start out with, and I need two lines. So this one's going to intersect right here. It'll come down below it, come out down here. So there's one of them. My other line, I'm going to have it intersect my plane at this point right here. It'll come down below it and come out this way. But they intersect the plane at two different points. The next one here, sketch two planes that intersect in a line. Okay, so I think it's easiest to start with the line for this one. I think that's easiest to do. And so one of my planes is going to come out this way from the line, and I'm going to see the front edge of it. My other plane is going to come up this way. I'm going to see only the bottom of it right here. So I'm going to have this blue plane right here. And then my other plane is going to come back here behind it. So this red plane will be my other one. And they both intersect right here at that black line. So that takes a little bit of practice to do. It might take a little bit of time to be able to do that correctly. But just as I said, do your best. So this is the notes for lesson 1-1. There's also a frame that you should make sure you have done. Have a great night.